Hey, how's it going out there? This is Evan, and this is the Nonsensory podcast. On today's episode, we're doing a very special recap episode of the Xbox Series X First Party Showcase. We're going to go through all the games, all the news, tell you what we think of each game, and then we're going to give you a little recap at the end to let you know how we think it went. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Nonsensory podcast. You can hear our soothing voices every week by finding us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. If you'd rather get a look at our beautiful faces, you can also subscribe to us on YouTube or come check out our regular Tuesday stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/nonsensory. On social media, we tweet at Nonsensory1, and you can find us on Facebook at Nonsensory Podcast. You can also support us on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/nonsensorypod. We have 4 tiers of membership ranging from $1 to $20 and perks ranging from getting to vote in polls to getting to read a personal greeting at the start of our show. Joe?
What's up?
How's it go, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. We have just a ton of news to get through.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep the pleasantries kind of short if we want to get through all this news, because today we're covering Microsoft's Xbox First Party Showcase that just happened on Friday.
You totally stole my, on today's episode, we discuss Xbox.
Next week we're talking about Triple H. Then we're going to have a whole Generation X conversation. I'm sorry, I stole... What? You go, Joe.
On today's episode of the show, we discuss Xbox Series X First Party Showcase. And that's pretty much it. Evan steals all my stuff. And you ask us questions. All right. So
somebody out there is going to start keeping count of all the times I steal from you.
All right. So
do we want to do the quick question, though?
How was your week?
Oh, it was fine. Just went back to work and did some stuff, hung out with my sisters. They're back in town for a bit. We hung out in the sun for... I hung out in the sun for like a total of 3 hours yesterday and was dead. And then came home and slept a lot. And that was basically it, yeah. Got Ghost of Tsushima today. I'm very excited to play it. I didn't bring it up with me. I was going to bring it and hold it up and show you as proof that I got it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can take my word for it.
Yeah.
I won't steal from you like I steal from Joe. But
I'm so excited to get to see that and maybe decide if I'm going to actually buy it.
I still need to pass to you The Last of Us.
I know.
Still need to pass it to you. Plus,
Well, okay, so brief update before we jump in because we need to get to it. We got a lot to do.
We do.
So I broke one TV. I got upset and I chucked something across the room, and it wasn't it was just I kind of chucked it, and I intended for it to miss the TV, but that didn't happen. So I broke one TV. And then James decided to take his the bottle brush from the sink, and it was coated in water, and he brushed off the TV. Mm-hmm. This was while I was at work, so now I'm down that TV.
Oh, no.
So I'm down 2 TVs, and the one kind of works, but I have to turn the contrast way down and turn the brightness down and it's still basically every other line on the TV is black, so it looks like a 420 TV.
Man, that sucks.
And it was a really nice 1080 Samsung 42-inch gorgeous TV. I loved it. It's super old by now. It's 5 years old or whatever. But
whatever.
I love
still functional. Who cares?
And now it's not. Now it's so
that's awful. I don't feel I can read the newspaper and hear about some horrible genocidal thing going on, and if somebody comes to me, one of my friends comes to me and they're like, "Yeah, my phone broke." I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm so sorry. Which says a whole lot about me.
Yeah, wow. I don't even know how to respond to that, except for maybe we should cut that out.
I'm desensitized from the news. I'm sorry.
But what that goes into is I was just going to say that. So I tried playing a game on it for the first time since it broke last night. I dove into a little more
How was that?
Division 2, and wow, it was barely possible to play because you couldn't see enemies and stuff.
Joe, look at it this way. All right, look at it in a positive note. Now you have your own unique to you hard mode for that game that nobody else can lay claim to. Like, if you beat the game that way, you're the only one that could have beaten the game that way.
What's really awesome is that I actually played better than I ever did before. Because
really?
I don't know if it was just because I had to be so much better, but it was like I was just stomping on everything.
Nice.
It was great. Anyway.
Maybe it helped you. Maybe you found a hack. A manual hack.
It's like we're going to go easy on you broke your TV.
Okay.
Right, so we're going to jump into it.
Quick question of the day, though. Quick question of the day. We got to make it quick. That's why it's called the quick question of the day. I'm not helping by explaining it so much. Joe, what mythical creature would improve the world most if it existed? This can be from the pantheon of anything. Whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Thanos.
Thanos? Is he mythical? All right.
No. I'd say the Phoenix would be pretty cool.
The Phoenix?
Yeah.
From X-Men?
No. Phoenix.
The bird, the Phoenix. Oh, God, I'm such a dork.
Rebirth,
Right.
The constant renewal. I love it.
Maybe like the best bird you could get as a pet for your buck, right? You'd only have to buy it once. It would keep just coming back.
What do you think?
So, for the world is how the question is posted. So,
but the Phoenix is constantly renewing everything.
I'm not disputing yours.
Okay.
I'm explaining the rationale behind mine. And maybe this is a cop-out. Because, dragons... Think of how cool it would be if all we had to do was, train dragons to, tow stuff around for us. If UPS just had dragons that could drop stuff. Like Amazon, that's how they did stuff. You could use these dragons and find a utility for them that very few other mythical creatures have, right?
Well, what would happen instead?
What? We just use them for warfare. Yeah. So that's my other one. This is why it's a cop-out, because I had to. The Minotaur.
Okay.
Because it's like super cattle.
Well,
you just have to kill one of them for 5 or 6 cows worth of beef, right?
I'm pretty sure. So the Minotaur wouldn't be any good because it's a singular creature guarding a labyrinth on Crete.
Oh, I'm going off. Oh, so there's only the amount of them that existed in the myth too.
I only think there was one.
Oh, I was just saying we have as many of them as we wanted. I was thinking.
Oh, so you'll just have
they exist like a regular animal would, where they're just there's
but they eat
hundreds
people.
of thousands of them.
How are you gonna
Minotaurs? Well, they're not people with guns and stuff. If you think about these mythical creatures, they're way more intimidating in the time of myth than they would be right now. Okay, because we just hit them with a tank or something and they'd be dead.
That's talking about subjugating. Basically, they're half human. You're subjugating them to slaughterhouses and all kinds of this is really awful.
Whatever Minotaurs pass a test. Okay.
Oh wow!
It's like a written test.
Let's move on before we get too. No. Quick question of the day.
Some good hamburgers on that Minotaur, man. I'm drooling just thinking about it. All right. So let's get into the Xbox Series X showcase. Yeah?
Okay, so the way that we were talking about doing this, we have 2 trash cans.
Yeah, on my side is the good trash can. I don't want to say recycling because you still kind of get rid of recycling.
Yeah, it's just the good bin.
Yeah, we've got the good bin on my side.
And I have the trash bin on my side. So whenever we talk about a game, because we want to try to keep this brief, we will just say which bin we're going to throw it in for our audio listeners, and we'll throw a piece of paper representing the game in either bin.
Yeah, and all the paper we're using is trash paper. I'm not I'm not just wasting paper. It will all get recycled, don't worry.
Yeah, no worries.
It's just for visuals.
Okay, so let's get into it, especially since I forgot to start my timer, Evan. I am so sorry. So
so did I, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. All right, starting from now.
Yep. All right, so we start at 0. All right, okay. Evan, do you want me to get into it?
You go first.
All right. So Square Enix announced Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition for Game Pass for both console and PC. It will arrive on December 4th, the first time a Dragon Quest game has ever appeared on a Microsoft console. Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age was originally released on Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation 4 in July 2017. A definitive edition was released in September of 2019 for Nintendo Switch and will arrive on PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox One, as well as Series X on December 4th.
All right, so Joseph, after you.
I will give a brief reason for this. I am going to throw it towards the good bin because I know it's not really like my bag of tea, but I know it's there for some, people appreciate it. So
for me, trash bin. For Microsoft, good bin. I think it's good for them to have a game like that.
Okay.
So, moving on to the next game, Echo Mecha, a free-to-play competitive FPS developed by Twisted Red, a newly formed studio supported by a grant from Epic Games. The very shiny trailer features vehicles, huge robots kicking and swinging axes at each other, hoverboards, and a giant robot dragon. The team is promising unique gadgets and abilities and boss battles, team-based large-scale battles, and a battle royale mode. Echo Mecha is due in the second half of 2021, coming to PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Joseph?
All right.
For you?
So I'm actually going to let you take your opinion first.
This goes firmly in the trash bin for me because you just don't show this something that's like this level of done at a conference like this. I get that they were showing it so that they could be like, look at the pretty graphics, but it just looks so bad.
So I have to say that I can't say good or bad. I see your reasoning, but I'm going to say it looks like it has potential, so I'm going to go right in the middle.
We're just got this imaginary middle bucket now, do we?
I just created
just making up rules now, huh?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Echo Generation, a turn-based adventure game about a gang of kids investigating supernatural occurrences while battling monsters and mechs to save their small town. It's the summer of 1993. I would have been 5 years old. You and your friends set out to investigate the source of a mysterious crash, complete quests, battle monsters, and level up your party to save your hometown from danger in a heroic tale of childhood adventures. Developed by Coco Cucumber, a Toronto-based independent studio founded in 2014, most known for its shoot-and-slash dungeon crawler Riverbond. Echo Generation will arrive sometime in 2020.
All right, Joseph. So, what'd you think?
Okay. I put this in the good bin.
That's the trash bin.
Oh, I threw to the wrong side. That goes over there.
I put it in the good bin as well. It looked amazing.
I got serious Earthbound
vibes, Stranger Things vibe, like the whole kids with the weird monsters and stuff, and it just looked great. I'm really excited to see that game.
I'm a little bit iffy on the RPG elements. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
but it looked good.
Dynamic Pixels and Tiny Build's follow-up to the 2017 game Hello Neighbor 2 is the sequel to the genre-defining stealth horror game about sneaking into your creepy neighbor's house. Taking place directly after the events of the original, players will explore an open world while searching for the mysteriously disappeared Mr. Peterson, the neighbor, and being stalked by a mysterious raven-like being. Players will explore a creepy abandoned house while being stalked by an AI, and the gameplay will expand into the open world of Raven Brooks. Unlike the original, where the AI you are playing against navigated by manually placed waypoints, in Hello Neighbor 2, the AI behavior and navigation patterns are fully dynamic, arriving for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC in 2021. Joe?
Okay. Evan, you go first.
This looked really freaking cool. We watched the trailer right before right before the episode, just as kind of like a refresher, and man, it just looks so fun. Like, it just looked, I don't know, I'm all about it. It made us both very tense, and anything that can do that for me is worth a shot.
Yes.
So that goes firmly in the good bin.
I absolutely concur on everything you said. Straight into the good bin.
Good bin, baby.
Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima, I am so sorry, the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog and Knights, are heading up a new world. Oh my goodness. A new studio for Square Enix called Balan Company, and Balan Wonderworld is their first game. The game takes place in Wonderland, a place where people's happy and positive memories mix with their restless worries and negativity. That's just called the real world. Leo and Emma are led into Wonderworld by the mysterious clown Balan and set off on a journey to find what is important to them before they can return to the real world. They must first restore the balance in their hearts. Leo and Emma can use powers from the inhabitants of Wonderworld by wearing their colorful costumes with over 80 different ones to try on. Bash your enemies, walk in the air, freeze time, or manipulate all kinds of objects. Balan Wonderworld is coming to Xbox Series X, PS5, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC in spring of 2021. So, Evan,
Joseph?
I think you went last time first. So, there's only a slight bit of hesitation, and it's because of the musical choices in the trailer made me cringe. But the game itself, fantastic. Right in the good bin. Looks great.
Yeah, this game is awesome for someone. Similar to what I was talking about with like Dragon Quest. You know, so I mean, it's great for Microsoft. For me, in the trash bin, left-handed across the table, through that,
and it hit the trash can. It bounced out.
Oh, it bounced out. Halo Infinite got a lengthy gameplay trailer that began with a crash landing before transitioning to the all-familiar shooting and meleeing we'd expect from a Halo game. Master Chief must take on the Banished and their warmongering leader to save humanity once again. Equipment such as the deployable shield make their return, as does the sprint ability. Familiar weapons such as the pistol, battle rifle, assault rifle, and plasma rifle all look to have been updated, and some new weapons are thrown into the mix as well. Master Chief can now use a grappling hook for both traversal and combat, and the game takes place on a massive Halo ring that is apparently bigger than all of the levels in the last two games combined. The game will run at 4K 60 FPS, support smart delivery across Xbox One and Xbox Series X, and arrive on Xbox Game Pass day and date with its release. No update on release dates besides Holiday 2020 has been released so far. So, Joseph, what do you think? This is what everybody's been talking about since. Obviously, I mean, it's Halo. So if everybody was going to be talking about this no matter what. But
so oddly enough, like there is a bit of me that is like ready to throw this in the trash bin. But the reason is because they opened with it, and like this would have been a good thing. Like, you know, Sony puts Horizon 2 at the end of the showcase because build up hype. Xbox is like, let's just put it right at the beginning. And like, I wonder about that choice. And then what was the other thing?
I don't know, but we can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, we can talk about it afterwards. I will put this in the good bin. It's Halo. I mean, come on. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna barely throw this into the good bin.
Barely.
I had a lot of reservations about what they showed that we can talk about more after, but I'll give it the good bin as the benefit of the doubt because I still think it could be I'm fairly forgiving with shooters, so it could still be a good game. I don't know if it's going to be up to Halo standards, but I think it'll be fine.
The third in Undead Labs' series of zombie survival games, State of Decay 3, was announced with a cinematic trailer. It is rumored that the sequel to 2018 State of Decay 2 has aspirations of being more of an MMO with a persistent online world, but no gameplay was shown, and there is no window for release. Well,
so
you first.
I don't know. I'm gonna put this in the lose pile because I think State of Decay is fine, but that feels like they're just doing the same thing repeatedly with this series, and it always does well. It's just not. It's not for me. Maybe they can do something different, but they also didn't even show gameplay in this trailer.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't really show gameplay is going to get a kind of more of a meh for me because I don't care what cinematics look like.
Yeah. I will give you that. I have not hit the lap time for one thing yet. I am so sorry for your editing for this one.
We're going fairly fast. It'll be okay.
State of Decay. Yeah, I have to put it in the show's promise pile because you didn't show me anything.
All right, fine. The show's promise pile exists because I want to use it too now. Way to go, Joe. You've inadvertently twisted my arm. Forza Motorsport, a reimagining of the 15-year-old series from developer Turn 10. The game will support ray tracing, and you will see a dynamic world in 4K 60 FPS that is connected to a dynamic... That's a little redundant there. From surfaces of cars reflecting off each other to brilliant red paint bouncing off intensely detailed track surfaces, and the interplay of light and shadow throughout the world. Developed by Turn 10 Studios, Forza Motorsport will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Windows 10, and Xbox Game Pass. Forza Horizon 4 is also getting Xbox Series X support via Smart Delivery and will have higher fidelity graphics and faster performance running at 4K 60 FPS. This update is free to download for all Forza Horizon 4 owners and Xbox Game Pass subscribers. Joe?
What do you think?
I love Forza, and it looks so good. So I'm down for it.
Yep. Right into the good pile.
I've only really played Horizon, so I'm looking forward to like get into another.
I mean, okay, so with Forza, it's kind of just like, here's prettier, more real-looking cars, but I don't care. It looked amazing.
Right. Yeah. And
that's what a racing game is.
Plenty of people like Forza, so if they're just giving you Forza that looks better, like I don't see why anybody would not want that. So
unveiled at X19 in November last year, Rare's Everwild got a new trailer showcasing more of its wondrous world, its diverse wildlife, and the mysterious figures known as Eternals, charged with nurturing it. Developed by a Rare team distinct from the one behind the ever-expanding pirate adventure Sea of Thieves, Everwild is an open-world adventure where you'll play as a character named Eternal, who can sense magic and see how it flows through every living thing, arriving for Xbox One and Xbox Series X, along with Game Pass at a date still to be determined.
Joseph?
This game looks so cool.
Yeah,
looks so cool.
They still haven't showed gameplay though.
Yeah,
they've showed in-game stuff, but I haven't seen how the game plays yet. But it has everything else to have me be interested. So
shows potential.
Yeah,
you got to show me something.
I'm gonna say it's good just because Rare is finally doing something that actually has my attention.
Ooh, okay.
So there you go. Oh, great. I get this one.
You get it.
Oh, no. This one was fine. I had problems with the other one. Tell Me Why is the latest narrative adventure game from Don't Nod Entertainment, the studio behind the beloved Life is Strange franchise. In this intimate mystery, reunited twins Tyler and Allison Ronan use their special bond to unravel the memories of their loving but troubled childhood. Set in beautiful small-town Alaska, Tell Me Why features a cast of intriguing, true-to-life characters and mature themes. As players interact with memories of the past, they will make choices that determine the strength of the unique bond that Tyler and Allison share, and shape the future course of the twins' lives. Tell Me Why unfolds across 3 chapters, all of which will release in the summer of 2020 with Xbox Game Pass, and will be available for purchase on Xbox One, Windows 10, and Steam on August 27th, 2020.
Is this you or me? I think it's me.
That's you.
I thought... I'm okay. I'm okay with super heavy narrative type games. From what I've seen of the Life is Strange stuff, I think this looks promising. I'm going to give it a good.
So I realized that I could continue to call everything either shows promise or is good for in some way. So I'm going to say this is not for me. There's a ton of people that really, really like Life is Strange, and I'm sure they will migrate to this, and it will do fine, and they will love it. But they're not my kind of games.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next.
Developer Moon Studios' Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which came out in March of this year, will get a free update for Xbox Series X to support 4K resolutions at 120 FPS. At FPS with HDR.
FPS.
So, Having played both the Ori games, this is nothing but good.
Yeah, this is nothing but net on that.
All
Taking
right.
an amazing game and making it more amazinger.
It's already gorgeous.
I know. It's going to be insane. Okay, so what we have coming up next is a trio of Obsidian titles. So we're just going to kind of group them together. Grounded, Obsidian's take on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, takes place in an everyday backyard. Only players have been shrunken down to the size of ants. Shelter and tools are critical to your survival. Build epic bases to protect you and your stuff from the insects and the elements. Craft weapons, tools, and armor, allowing you to better fight, explore, and survive. Explore an immersive and persistent world where the insect life reacts to your actions. You can face the backyard alone with your story campaign or together online with up to 3 friends. Coming to Xbox One and PC and arriving on Xbox Series X via smart delivery, Grounded will have an Xbox game preview that begins July 28th, 2020.
Have I put anything in the trash?
I don't
yet?
think you have, no.
Really?
Is this going to be the first one?
No.
Damn, Joe.
Have I feel like I had to have thrown something.
I
in
knew
the
you
trash
were a
by
positive person, but Jesus. Okay. What do you think of it, Joe? What do you want?
now. I thought it looked really fun. It goes in the good. After first bouncing off your drink.
Yeah, I liked it too.
The Outer Worlds is getting a DLC expansion, Peril on Gorgon, on September 9th. The game is already on Game Pass and current gen consoles, but will arrive on Xbox Series X as well after a launch, presumably through smart delivery. Okay, so you did you actually throw that in the trash, Evan? Is that what you meant? You didn't. Not once, but twice he threw it in the trash.
I don't know. I hate when they. I don't know. It feels like a waste of time to announce a DLC at a
Yes, I agree.
at a
with you
conference.
there. I agree with you there, and I'm already like I don't know. From what I saw, all the Outer Worlds, I kind of
Yeah.
to the trash.
Okay, so next, I'm really looking forward to this one. Avowed, a first-person
You're not
RPG.
supposed to say that before you read it. Okay, go ahead.
It doesn't mean it's not going to end up in the trash bin. Avowed, a first-person RPG set in the fantasy world of Eora, gives me some serious Oblivion vibes. It's coming to Xbox Series X, PC, and Game Pass, though no release date was announced, and it appears to be very far off in development.
Okay, so I'm going to take this one.
So I hated it.
Like you said, there's a little bit at the end that looks like it could have been maybe gameplay.
Yeah.
If that is the case, this goes in the good bin. But in all reality, they didn't show us anything.
Yep, I concur. Everything that you just said, Joseph.
Has potential.
We got the double safe bin thing. Oh, you get the good one, Joe.
Oh, dang it! As Dusk Falls is the debut game from ex-Quantic Dream lead game designer Carolyn Marchall and her new London-based studio Interior Night. The game is described as an interactive drama that explores the entangled lives of 2 families across 30 years in small-town Arizona, starting with a robbery gone wrong in 1999. The choices you make will have a powerful impact on the characters' lives in this epic story of betrayal, sacrifice, and resilience. The game appears to have a very comic book panel visual style, though there is no guarantee on how the game will look in the final product from this trailer. As Dusk Falls is coming to Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Game Pass, and PC, and will support 4K 60. No release date has been announced. Completely unceremonious to the trash.
Yeah, no, not for me at all.
Nope.
I don't know.
No, that's very nearly as bad as Goodbye Volcano High.
Yeah, it just told me nothing. I mean, it told me plenty that they want to tell a story, but it told me nothing about how the game plays, what it's going to even look like, because you can't tell if what they showed was in between gameplay cinematics or if it was actual gameplay. Like, it was just no. Destiny 2 and all of its expansions to date are coming to Xbox Game Pass in September. The game will also be streamable on xCloud with a Game Pass Ultimate subscription and will be optimized for Series X for 60 FPS gameplay.
Trash.
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 Yeah, this is kind of like very similar to we got GTA Online on PS5.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, these games already exist. Destiny 2 is free. It's free to play now.
Yeah.
Like,
but what I don't like about it is, like, every time they come out with another DLC, they punish the people who've already paid for the game by making it now free to play except this new one. Mm-hmm. So then if you've been buying each expansion as you go, you're screwed. You just keep having to drop money while everyone else just gets it for free.
Well, yeah.
So
but you got to play it. You got to play that stuff like way before, and now you can.
I hate it.
Now you can essentially just sign up for Game Pass. Then, if you really don't want to buy the expansions further on, and they're just going to come to Game Pass, then you just don't buy them. You just sign up for Game Pass. Either way, it is your turn, sir.
Originally announced all the way back in 2010, Stalker 2 finally got its first public showing. The first-person survival shooter series Stalker is known for its bleak atmosphere, terrifying monsters and mutants, and extremely unforgiving combat. Stalker 2 will return players to the Zone, a heavily contaminated and extremely dangerous area surrounding the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Stalker 2 is fully open world. Okay, yeah.
Is fully open world?
And its, quote, A Life 2.0 system simulates the actions of both human and mutant NPCs, allowing them to go about their lives without player intervention. Free to interact with one another. Previously announced for a 2021 release, no more specific release date was announced.
So I am so excited. Finally, a new Stalker game. Stalker is fantastic.
Yep, right in the good.
And I'm so excited for console players to get to play it as well, because it's previously been a PC thing.
Dude, this looked so amazing.
It looked so good. It looked like just, I think, Metro, but better.
Oh, yeah.
Psychonauts 2, the sequel to the classic 2005 Double Fine platforming game Psychonauts, got a new trailer. Rasputin Aquato, trained acrobat and powerful young psychic, has realized his lifelong dream of joining the international psychic espionage organization known as the Psychonauts. But these psychic super spies are in trouble. Their leader hasn't been the same since he was kidnapped, and what's worse, there's a mole hiding in headquarters. Raz must use all his powers to stop the mole before they execute their secret plan to bring the murderous psychic villain Maligula back from the dead. Psychonauts 2 will release on Xbox Game Pass, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, but on PS4 as well, and will star Jack Black. Well, I mean, Jack Black is in it. I don't know if he's the main star or whatever, but thank you, Joe. That's so sweet of you.
Okay, so
he got me paper this time, guys.
For me, this goes in the trash.
Oh,
Sorry.
Joe.
It's not my kind of thing.
I'm so happy for all the people that get to play Psychonauts 2.
Tetris Effect Connected will have a co-op when it comes to Xbox One and Series X later this year, with multiplayer getting added to existing versions of the game on other platforms in a free update next summer.
Yeah, I don't care about Tetris. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's another one of those things where, like, who cares about Tetris at your stupid conference?
Okay, I agree with you there.
It's Tetris.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I agree with you there, but Tetris Effect was actually really amazing, and I thought it was well worth the money. And if I could have been able to actually play it with my wife, it would have been even better, because we both loved it. So for me, this actually goes in the good bin.
All right, fine. Have it your way. Warhammer 40k Darktide is the follow-up to... Huh? Wait, I went far... I went too far down. Well, I'm going to do it anyways because I started out. Warhammer 40k Darktide is the follow-up to Warhammer 40k Vermintide. Developer Fat Shark's last entry in the 40k series, and as you might expect from the name, is a 4-player co-op shooter set in the Warhammer 40k universe. From the game's Steam page, in the depths of the Hive, the seeds of corruption threaten an overwhelming tide of darkness. A heretical cult known as the Admonition... Jeez, man. Admonition? Yeah, seeks to seize control of the planet Adama Prime and lay waste to its inhabitants. It is up to you and your allies in the Inquisition to root out the enemy before the city succumbs to chaos with a capital. They chose to... Is chaos a character? I don't know. So, just from Sorry. Warhammer 40k Darktide is a console launch exclusive to the Xbox Series X, which means it could also come to PS5 later. However, no timing or details were given on that front. It is coming to PC in 2021.
Okay. How do you feel about this one?
Optimistic. Vermintide is really liked by a lot of people, and if it's just more of that for the people that like that, that's cool. I might even check it out. It looked pretty cool. But again, it was just cinematic, so I have no idea.
Yeah. I played Space Marine. That's the only one I played.
Yeah.
I liked that, so I have to give it the has promise.
All right.
The Gunk is a new third-person action-adventure game coming to Game Pass, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and PC next year. Developed by Thunderful, who are most notably known for its work on the SteamWorld series. The Gunk is a physics-based adventure game that stars a duo of gritty space haulers struggling to make a buck as they chance upon an untouched planet brimming with life. They've come to gather alien plants and other valuable resources, and it looks like they've hit the jackpot. As they start uncovering dormant secrets of a shattered civilization, however, they must save the planet from the curse of a corruptive gunk parasite, while desperately keeping from getting caught in a spiral of festering mistrust.
All right, Joe. There you go. What'd you think?
I think this one goes in the trash for me.
Okay.
I think.
I want to like it. But yeah, it got rejected. The Gunk threw it back. I want to like it, and I just don't. I don't know.
I think if you have to want to like something,
yeah, I think it's going to go in the trash bin for me too. But I want it to not. I want it to show something to me later on that makes me more interested.
Hopefully, it can come back with a better trailer later or something.
Crossfire X is a collaborative effort between Remedy Entertainment, known for Alan Wake and Control, among others, and Smilegate. Smilegate, the Korean developer behind the massively popular FPS Crossfire, which has a lengthy history as a multiplayer mainstay in China and Korea, with an estimated 1 billion players having taken part in the series. Since it first released back in 2007, Smilegate will handle the multiplayer side, while Remedy has been brought on to handle the single-player portion, a first for the Crossfire series. Crossfire X will come to Xbox One and Xbox Series X. No release date has been announced, and I forgot to mention on here, but it's going to be free to play. The multiplayer is, so that's even better.
Okay. So Evan, having read through that explains why the disparity when we watched the one trailer, the story campaign trailer versus the multiplayer trailer. So now, having read that, I'm gonna put it in the good trailer or bin.
The good bin. So I'm gonna separate it in that I think that I'm just putting it in the no pile. I'm putting it in the no pile because the multiplayer version looked like Call of Strike Counter Duty Ghosts or something like that, and I was still looked like maybe, but like it put me off. And then the single player portion, just I don't know.
I thought the multiplayer looked pretty garbage, but I thought the story could be good.
Yeah,
that's why I put it in the good bin. You already did that.
Yes,
one,
I did. So we're on the next.
This one, wow, I have a lot to read.
There wasn't much about it.
Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is an overhaul of a nearly decade-old MMORPG, and it will be timed console exclusive on Xbox. Okay, so I just ripped off a whole bunch. So this goes right to trash for me. What is with that? The reason being, it's nothing new, and it just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, somebody's happy about it, but I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just do the next
one. Do the
one.
next one because your last one was so short, yeah.
Become a medium living in two different worlds, the real one and the spirit one in The Medium. A new horror game from Bloober Team.
Bloober. Show me your bloobers.
Haunted by the version of the child's murder.
Went right back to it.
You travel to an abandoned hotel resort, which many years ago became the stage of an unthinkable tragedy. There you begin your search for difficult answers as a medium with access to both worlds. You have a wider perspective. Did I miss something? Nope. And can see more clearly that there's no one simple truth to what others perceive. Nothing is what it seems. Everything has another side. The medium features a dual soundtrack by Bloober Team's I'm Not Even Gonna Try.
Ordosquasquis Navracrosquis.
And legendary composer Akira Yamaoka of Silent Hill fame, and a dual reality feature where two different game worlds are rendered simultaneously across a split screen. Split screen. Coming to Xbox Series X later this year. Okay. Evan, goofy voices aside.
The medium? What'd you think of it?
I thought it was an interesting idea. Have yet to see how that's going to actually pan out with gameplay, but I thought it looked kind of cool. I'm going to go in the good bin.
I don't know. It looked okay.
You're so our personalities are really
it
coming
looked
out.
Okay. I said it looked okay, but I don't want to give it the benefit of the doubt because I'm more pessimistic about it than I am positive.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I am way more like willing to give things. All right. No. Just read the next one.
Developed by Playground Games. This is the last one, by the way. Developed by Playground Games, makers of the Forza Horizon series, Fable is a reimagining of the original Lionhead RPGs, which started all the way back in 2004, but hasn't seen a proper release since 2010's Fable 3. Little was shown outside of a cinematic trailer, and no release date is currently planned, but the game will be coming to Xbox Series X and PC.
Okay, so do you want to take the start of this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna say okay. It looks fine. I mean, it was just a cinematic trailer. You know what? No, I rescind. I don't have anything that I can get excited about. They said the name.
Okay.
There's a new Fable. It's
so
like,
this for me is like a sweet go back and listen, and I said this was going to happen.
Uh-huh.
So that's pretty cool. But as far as actual game, there's nothing there. I know it's coming, though, so I give it the has promised. Let's see what comes of it.
Yeah. All right, so that is everything that was announced.
Oh, hold on. If I may.
Yes.
We're running long, but we have time for maybe a little discussion. Maybe we can... What do we feel about the overall of this conference?
I was going to get into that.
Oh.
Yeah. I
wanted
to bookend that.
Wow.
But now we're into it. So...
I totally see.
You had to, yeah.
Isn't it like,
It's
isn't it great when someone steals your stuff and just like runs right over it?
Now I know how it feels.
Go ahead, Evan.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking right now. So what I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fine conference. I've seen so much hate on it, and I get it. I understand. I think that there's a lot that's underwhelming about this showcase. Particularly like just going back through it, Fable, just showing us the name and some like flyby whatever. It's the same thing as that Elder Scrolls 6 announcement from forever ago, where they just showed the name, and it's like, cool, that's a series that I know. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Okay. As far as that particular critique goes, I can't really say much because I'm all hype about Metroid Prime 4 being a thing that will exist, and all they did was literally just show Metroid Prime 4, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I have no room to talk, but that is something that's getting old. How about just wait until you have something to show?
Somebody out there, I can't remember, but they made a good point, and it's that if Sony comes out and shows you a cinematic trailer, which they did in their event.
Oh yeah.
For a lot of stuff. They did show a bunch of gameplay, but they showed cinematic trailers. It's not like they showed none, just like Microsoft. Everybody dumped on Microsoft for the last showing that they did for the third-party stuff because it was a lot of trailers. But I mean, Sony's doing it too, maybe to a lesser extent, but I mean, they still had plenty of trailers. And so saying that like, oh, it was just a trailer, I don't care, or I don't care about a cinematic trailer or whatever. I want to see gameplay. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly reasonable. Just know that it's not a Microsoft thing to do that.
Oh no,
and,
absolutely not.
And so I think that it's just like with Xbox, they haven't given you something in a long time to make you confident, even just seeing a cinematic trailer. Like I see for the Horizon trailer was mostly cinematic. Everybody lost their mind about it because the last Horizon was really good, and Sony keeps putting out really good first party titles. So even if you could just get a cinematic trailer just teasing something, you're like, oh snap, it's a Sony first party game. Microsoft hasn't done crap to make you excited for their first party stuff. So when they show you a fable in words, it doesn't mean anything, especially because Halo Infinite, which is, another name that people get excited about that doesn't look that great. It's in a new team's hands at 343, and it just doesn't seem like they're very good at making Halo games. So I think that they have another series over there that they've done exactly what they're going to try to do with Fable, and they fumbled it entirely with Halo. So like, why should I be confident that Fable is going to be any different? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
no, that's completely fair critique.
I think I'm more critical of the first party stuff from Microsoft than I am of like Warhammer. Cool. I'm down with seeing how that looks. Crossfire X, I'm fine with that. Like most of the stuff I'm really psyched about because like when Xbox has done nothing but push the whole narrative of like most powerful console. And all the stuff that I've seen that they've shown that's like traditional, like super nerd, look at the graphic fidelity of this stuff. Like Exo like Exo Mecha and that the game that they showed at the third party conference that was like that one where you would like fight guys and like pull them with a grappling hook and like start hitting them with a sword and stuff, and there was like a bunch of rain.
I don't remember.
But just like that, like there's still going to be games out there that are just like purely exist to just be like, look at the polygons and all the effects and stuff. But a lot of what they showed here, and a lot of what I've seen in general, has just been like, the power is being used less to push fidelity and more to like, it seems like they're allowing like these artists to like really make some really awesome stuff. Like with like with the Hello Neighbor 2 and stuff like that. Yeah. And the Gunk and stuff like that. Even though I wasn't like super excited about the Gunk, but like just all the stuff that's like very whimsical and beautifully, like it looks like beautifully drawn almost. Like that stuff just has blown me away more than anything else.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Psychonauts 2 looked really good, even though like I don't really care that much. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I will say the whole thing altogether. I hear what you're saying, but I found myself really bored.
Yeah.
And the whole world premiere got so old.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do you really have to do that
every
time?
Every single time, yeah. I don't understand. Like, yeah, it doesn't. Like, we're not at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
You don't need to announce that there's going to be a trailer or like whatever, because we know.
That's what we're expecting.
Yeah.
That got old so fast. But I thought there were games that definitely looked good. I was excited for a lot of stuff that they showed. But overall, I thought it was a snooze fest.
Yeah, and even like, okay, what in here do you think is a system seller that they've got here? Like something that I look at it and I go, I need to have it. Because like what I'm seeing that they have here, I'm really excited for these individual games. And I think that they could all be really good. And like good to have as a stable of games for Microsoft as like a thing to offer. But I don't know if anything on this list makes me go, I need to go get an Xbox Series X.
Maybe not individually, no.
Right. I think together they're pretty compelling. There's a wide variety of stuff. But like, if you're looking at something that's supposed to be a system seller, I think you're looking at like names like Fable or Halo. And the thing that people are talking about more about Halo is it a system seller? Does it look like a WoW game? It just does it look bad or okay? And I don't think that's what you want to come out of a conference having that conversation, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely not good, with that being the question that you leave with. I will say Stalker 2, I thought that looked good.
Yeah, oh yeah, for Stalker 2 for sure, but I think that I can get that just on PC or Game Pass or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't say, though.
Right.
It doesn't say what you're going to be able to get it on. If it's exclusive, that might be a reason to get one.
I don't think it's going to be an exclusive. I think it'll definitely be a PC game too.
I have to agree with you there. So
this is like this is the thing though. Like, if they want to sell subscriptions to Game Pass, I think that this helps for sure.
Yeah,
I think it's more about really like a lot of this stuff just helps sell Game Pass more than it does help sell me on Xbox Series X. But if you're somebody that wants to get a console and has no other recourse, like I have a PC, I can get a bunch of this stuff on PC. But if you're somebody that just sticks to consoles and stuff and you want something really easy that'll just get you a bunch of games or whatever, like them building Game Pass as a service is cool. But am I going to need to buy an Xbox Series X to play these games on Game Pass, or am I going to get an Xbox Series S? Am I going to need to spend $500, $600 on the big thing if I can just get Game Pass on the weak thing? And I think that's pretty cool that they're doing both things too. You know, maybe it's like if you want the performance, you get this. If you want just get into it, you get that. But
I think we got a wrap. I think we're going to be ending up a little over time.
So we did it the whole time. The overall conference, Joseph.
The overall conference?
I want you to say if it was a pooper, if it showed promise, if it was like, I have to poop, but this might be good.
So we can't have the show's promise because it's over. So there's no.
That's fair.
Yeah. So pooper. It was no good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too. Again, it feels weird for me to have been like. I think that people were being too harsh about it, but I think that they really are. I think that, you know, they're saying like it's catastrophically bad. Yeah, I don't think that it's catastrophically bad. It's just like, from my perspective as somebody that has a PC, somebody that has a PS4, and that is going to be presented with the idea of a new console. Well, I have Game Pass on PC, so they're already getting my money. So maybe they just don't care if I get an Xbox Series X. Right. Maybe they've already factored that in, and they're saying, "Well, you're one of the segment of people that we've already factored into our money about getting just Game Pass on PC," and maybe that's fine. Maybe that's a win for them. That's cool. But going into buying a console, I'm really only thinking about PS5 because
I had a thought and you.
Did I steal that too?
No, I'm just kidding. I lost it. I apologize. I thought it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. Like, this isn't something that got me all hyped to go out and buy an Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
Which is what it's supposed to have done. And that's why I say it fails. I don't think it was a failure as a conference. If the idea of this conference was just to move games, then it was brilliant. Mm-hmm. But to move a console, no good. No good. No bueno.
All right, Joe, you want to lead us out of here?
Okay. So that's all for today.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
We love you.
Remember to like and subscribe wherever you're listening. We would like to hear from you, so please comment if you like, and you can email us at nonsensorypod@gmail.com or tweet us at nonsensory1. Also, we stream Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so please come check us out.
Getting back to Halo, baby.
Yes, twitch.tv/nonsensory, and if you can please support us on Patreon at patreon.com/nonsensorypod. I mean, we're just so grateful for anyone who would be willing to be the first to give us a buck. But no, really, we appreciate that anyone listens that anyone comments. It's wonderful to hear from you guys. I mean, we just have fun doing this, and that you take the time to even listen to what we have to say about
that. You're hearing these words right now. That these words are entering your brain.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Thank you. And as always, we love you. Peace.
Be easy.
Be easy.